Okay, I'm going to show you how to multiply and divide fractions. First, we're going to start with multiplying, and I'm going to work numbers 1 through 4 of your homework. Alright, number 1 is 3/5 times 4/7. To multiply fractions, all you have to do is multiply the numerator by the numerator. So we're going to have 3 times 4 over the denominator times the other denominator. So 5 times 7. So when I multiply the numerators, 3 times 4 is 12, and then I multiply the denominators, 5 times 7 is 35. So your answer is 12/35. Alright, number 2 is 3/8 times 9/10. So I'm going to multiply the numerators. 3 times 9 equals 27. Now I'm going to multiply the denominators. 8 times 10 equals 80. So your answer is 27/80. Alright, number 3, we have 4 times 2/3. Now, when I multiply the numerators, I don't know where this 4 goes. Well, 4, if I write it as a fraction, it's just 4 over 1. A whole number is always over 1, because it means 4 divided by 1, which would be 4. So now I could just multiply my numerators. 4 times 2 equals 8. Then multiply your denominators. 1 times 3 equals 3. Now we're not done here because 8/3 is improper. So we're going to change this to a mixed number. 3 goes into 8 twice, which is 6, so there's 2 remaining. 2 and 2/3. Okay, number 4, 2 and 2/3 times 1 and 1/4. When we multiply mixed numbers, the first thing you always want to do is change them to improper fractions. So 2 and 2/3, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, so we have 8/3 times 1 and 1/4, which 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so we have 5/4. Now I'm just going to multiply my fractions normally. 8 times 5 is 40, 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, I can simplify this by dividing by 4. 40 divided by 4 is 10, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. Now this is improper, so we have to make it proper into a mixed number. 3 goes into 10 3 times, with 1 out of 3 left over. So your answer is 3 and 1/3. So remember, when you're multiplying mixed numbers, to always change them to their improper fractions first, and then multiply normally. Right now, I'm going to work numbers 13 through 17 on your dividing fractions section. So if you'll turn to number 13. Okay, when we divide fractions, it's really easy. We're going to just change it to multiplication. Your first fraction, you're just going to leave exactly the same. So we're going to keep our 3/4. We're going to change the division to multiplication, and this second fraction, you take the reciprocal, which reciprocal just means flip it. So 2/3, we're going to change this to 3/2. And now you just multiply it like normal. So 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 2 is 8. This is improper, so change it to a mixed number, 8 and 1/8. Alright, number 14 is 2/5 divided by 1/4. So again, leave your first fraction alone. It's going to stay 2/5. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 1/4 is 4/1. So when I'm dividing 2/5 by 1/4, I'm really multiplying it by 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 1 is 5. Change it to a mixed number. 5 goes into 8 once, with 3 out of 5 left over. All right, number 15, 12 divided by 2/3. We're going to keep the 12. Now remember, a whole number, the denominator, we just make 1, times the reciprocal, 2/3. We're going to flip it to be 3/2. 12 times 3 is 36. 1 times 2 is 2. Now this is improper. 2 goes into 36 exactly 18 times. So the answer is 18. All right, number 16, 3/4 divided by 6. Remember, whole numbers have a denominator of 1. So when we divide, we're going to make 3/4 times, we're going to flip this to its reciprocal, 1/6. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 6 is 24. Now I can simplify this. If I divide both of these by 3, I will get 1/8. All right, the last one I'm going to work is number 17. Same thing, when you multiply fractions, you have to change your mixed numbers to improper. Same thing for division. So we're going to change both of these to their improper fractions. 2.5 would be 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5, so 5/2, divided by 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5, so divided by 5/3. Now, we're going to flip the second fraction, so we have 5/2 times 3/5. Okay, I got this 3/5 just by flipping the 5/3. Now I'm going to multiply. I get 15/10. I can simplify this by dividing both of these by 5. And I get 3/2. Change it to a mixed number, you get 1 1/2.